What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Hot Wang Dang here, bringing you another album review video. This will be the first one I'm doing under this name, but we're going to go ahead and kick right into it. We are going to be reviewing today my homies from Fourbanger, their brand new album, Never Let This Go. What can I say about this album? It just brings me back to my teens and like finding new music and falling in love with bands again. It's just so good. The subtle yet catchy little guitar riffs on it and like everything just makes it so great. And the introduction of the new keyboard in there really helps out, especially brings it to a little bit more of a modern time with a little solid keeping to their riffy pop punk roots. It's really neat. I really like that. Eric and Kyle's vocals are just on point. They are so good, so good. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the track. The first track is Don't Stop, and it just picks up right where Imagination Overdose left off. Some of those songs on that are some of my favorite songs that Fourbanger ever released, and it just picks right back into that, like, they just set right back in. Second is Afterthought. This song just kicks me in the feels. There's no other words that can be said about this song except it heads right to the feels. And I really like that because not a whole lot of pop punk bands anymore, or rock bands, or whatever you want to call yourself, bring that like subtle feeling without making a sad song. This song's upbeat and has a good tone. Then Going, Going, Gone, which is one of those anthem songs. You are going to need to learn the lyrics on this because like you're going to be singing it with them when they play it. It's such a great anthem song. It has like that solid rock foundation. It has everything it needs to just be really good. And then we're going to go into their first single that they launched. Well, they had another single. We'll get to that later, but this is the real first single that they brought out, Dead Sailor. And what can I say about this? When this song launched, I was just hoping they brought back something that was going to be awesome. And it was so awesome. The chorus, the chanting, the group vocals, everything was really good. And it just brings me back to the early 2000s when a lot of my favorite music was just so heart pounding. It gets your blood flowing and it's really good. And it's slow, then fast, and slow, and fast, and just has that good core vibe to it. This song just makes me fall in love with the ocean and everything. The duality of the vocals are incredibly impressive because it's hard to sing like this, and it just is so good. The gang vocals, spot on. It was just so good. And I'm going to be singing this song for a long time. It Feels Like a Mile Away was kind of a song that I feel that they wrote as like, we're coming back, because this song's lyrics has you in a feel again. Going back to, it's been a long time since they've been in the local scene and been out there playing shows and things like that. And I feel like a lot of the lyrics in the song and the melody tells the story of their hardships and trials, that sometimes we just need a break from everything sometimes. And I feel like this is one of those songs that encompasses that. I love that this next song, the sixth song on this album, was the halfway mark. It's a melty song. You know, it's got the beach vibe song. It's one of those times that you're like, you know what, that was a really good track. I'm glad that they brought this in. Number 6 is, it's going to be like on my, I'm going to go back and listen to that song quite a bit when I go on the beach vibe type of thing. It's just a neat song. Number 7, Calling Out, has one of my favorite choruses in the entire album. It's all about those doubts that we have as a musician. Is anybody really listening to our band? Does any of my lyrics really matter? But you know what? When it boils down to it, they hit it right on the head. I just want to go make music with the homies, and that's where it's at. Because being in a band myself, making music for a very long time now, it's just about hanging out with the homies, and just hopefully somebody catches those words and hears them and is like, oh my god, stop falling in love. See? Alright, so next one, Never Let This Go, is my favorite song on the album. I don't need to say anything else. If you have not got to listen to this song yet, you need to listen to it. It is amazing. Go and listen to it as soon as possible. Get Back Up is one of those songs that you'll come back to after a few years of not listening to the album. Then you'll be like, whoa, where did this song come from? How did I miss this song? It's just one of those songs that's like near the end of the album, but it's amazing. Number 10, of course, Arizona Screaming. This was their first real single. This was their like comeback song. And as soon as it dropped, I was like, where have you guys been? Why did you even leave? Like, I needed you here, especially in the AZ music scene. Like, we need one of these bands there. Mad props to their new record label. My homie Paul's on that. Got a bunch of friends hosting that. So no affiliation. I know you're out there. Thanks for picking these guys up. Fourbanger, thanks for signing with them and doing their thing, keeping this Arizona vibe going. If anything, I know you guys are going to rule on this and just make it your own. Going back to that, Arizona Screaming being that first single, man, the song was awesome. It's all about those Phoenix nights. I'm not a fan of Phoenix summer nights because it's too damn hot for me, but so many people love it. But this song, love it. Funny thing is, this is my second favorite song on the album. It's the final song on the album, and it just has an awesome vibe all the way around to it. There's so much going on the song that you just can't help but love the dang song. It's so good. So that's all the 11 songs. It's not too long. It's not too short. It's a perfect amount for an album. Really love that. With that said, I'm going to give this album score like a 9 out of 10. Imagination Overdose was only an 8.5 for me. And then their first album, that's a 10 out of 10. I love that album. It's just hands down so good. With that said, they have a CD release party coming up here with a stacked lineup. It's just such a good lineup. They got Captain Squeegee, the Line Cutters, No Gimmick on there. And Johnny, send this out a little bit more, bud. Do some homework. Do some homework. Come on, bud. But anyways, that's got some of my favorite local bands on there. The Line Cutters are huge. They are just dominant with punk music right now. Just dominant. And then Captain Squeegee, kind of outside of Authority Zero, runs the entire scene along with Fairy Bones. But pretty much Captain Squeegee runs it. But Fourbanger, thank you for coming back. Man, this was such a huge comeback to me. I've been a fan of you a very long time. Since you've been running through Jack in the Box with your tour van afterwards. You know, you can pick this up on several outlets. I think they got it on Spotify. They got it on Bandcamp. They got it on iTunes. I'll link all those in the description below. So please go check those out. Pick up this album if you haven't. Do yourself a favor and get the album. There's no reason anywhere you should not have this album. But yeah, just go out and grab the album. Once again, Fourbanger, love you. Thank you so much for putting this out. Coming back together after a long time. Until next time, peace out and you have a good day. Make sure you have a great day. Hell yeah.